then
Nice.
it must show it to you. And yes,
Did it well, it did it the first time then. It even waited for me.
well, no, I've already restarted the game to try to. Well, I needed to kind of change my settings.
I am getting our next job set up.
All right. I got somebody on YouTube. Hopefully you're not a bot. Still waiting to. Well, hello.
Uh,
Say your username.
Alright, I
Guessing.
got this set up.
Okay. See, it stalls out and then it black and then click on it. Make it so you whatever the handshake or whatever. I that is. Yeah, if you're on Twitch or YouTube, say hello in the chat, I guess. Don't forget to just subscribe and do all that good stuff. Become a channel member if you want. Go kindly. Uh, oh, okay. All right. Ready to go.
Field. Oh, I know what field we're on.
You know, one thing that popped in my mind that I kind of wanted to talk about or ask you about more anything, just because it's been kind of, oh, I don't know if you want to call it news, but algorithm thing, kind of around, I guess, Spotify, because you have a Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you've been using it a while, right?
Well, okay, no, I don't have a subscription. I
You
just
just
have
use
an
the free.
account. Yep.
Okay. Well, I've never used it, but anyway, I mean, it's kind of around all this AI music and stuff. And if I had to guess, you probably don't get fed any because you're
No.
actively probably. I'm going to the other end.
Yeah.
I'm set up for wheat. Is that what we're doing?
Barley.
Oh, select barley. Um, but probably because you're doing a little bit more active listening, not just being like, okay, uh, choosing a, you know, like angry workout playlist, right?
Yeah.
You're actually
Yep. I choose my
okay.
people.
Okay. Well, I guess sort of what I was getting at is whether you're a subscriber or not really doesn't matter. But I guess people have been quitting Spotify in like, oop, oh yeah. Hang on. Now I can. Okay. But have been, I guess, subscribers or even maybe even people like you that are doing the free are are quitting or uninstalling the app or whatever just because they've been, well, for reasons of, like I said, they're getting fed AI music sometimes without really knowing it, but also just sort of the shady business practice kind of, well, and then all the ads, even if you are a subscriber, apparently, you still get ads, yes. But um I guess what is your, with the free being free on the free, so you're gotta sit through some ads here. I guess what's your opinion of it in general? I mean, it obviously, I guess it works for you, or is there annoyances? Um, I've never used it um at all. Never even tried. No.
The only time that I have a issue with it, I don't mind it in the car, even with the ads. But the only time that I have an issue with it is my gym playlist. If there's a commercial pops up while I'm trying to run. But I mean, I also am not paying for it, so I
Right.
mean, it's
But I
gonna.
guess outside the ads, because I think again, is it because I guess, I mean, is it playing for you? Is it playing what you want?
Yeah, because I hand-picked everything that's on the
Okay.
list.
So you're not using the shuffle and or its own, you're not typing in like, like I guess there's like things like, like dad rock playlist or like
Yeah,
even
no,
stupid things like
I don't.
divorced dad playlists or um or whatever or chill I guess it's probably showing up in more like people who just are searching like chill music to study. They get, they're not getting artists, like real artists, I guess. So yeah, maybe you're not the person that really would notice this, and I guess I wouldn't be either. I used to use Pandora like way back in the day, and of course just the free. I remember paid, and well, ads are annoying. It was a got over it, but uh I guess what I didn't like so much is it it didn't seem to give me much variety. But then again, I didn't interact with it a lot. And then of course this was long before AI. I but I guess anyway, it sounds like not a great experience for people paying for it. Like maybe you're like, well, you and me are like, well, I'm not paying for it, so I'm getting what I'm paying for, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So we're adjusting our expectations. But also when I think what I think about like with like what I listen to, well, what I listen to can be very varied. It is almost everything. I say almost everything I listen to is something I've heard before. I guess I like some repetition or maybe more familiarities, not so much but just familiarity. So
Well, I like to own what I'm listening to.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I got to be in the mood for certain things. We've talked before. Like I'll just bring up Rob Zombie for. I got to be in the mood to listen to his stuff now. Can't just always listen, and I don't necessarily gravitate to it as much. But what I do gravitate when I do uh, feel like where it comes up, it's usually the stuff I remember and I have a memory tied to, whether it's you know like a shared memory for us, the concert, or what we'd listen to driving over to the Y to the gym and such,
Yeah.
or back in your apartment or such. Back in his Rob Zombie heyday, such. But again, I have to be in that frame of mind to be like, oh yeah, I'd like to remember that time in college when we did this or something. Um, uh, I just it like I wouldn't want just like his whole catalog. I wouldn't listen back to back to back to back or any. I wouldn't listen to his albums. Like God, we don't hardly even
Yeah.
or well, most main one call streams don't. No, they don't do albums traditionally like what we're used to.
Well, they still kind of do.
Well, some do, but in most genres, as I understand it,
I haven't
no.
I haven't ran across. I guess I haven't ran across an artist yet that hasn't and doesn't have an album. I know there's some
Well,
bands that
see,
said they
that's the
were
thing.
gonna
We're not
quit.
the typical. I don't think we're the typical.
Well, I think the thing is that stuff is still somewhat new. I've heard of some metal bands that were talking about quitting doing albums, but were so new to it that they haven't they haven't gone through this cycle of their last album to ever actually experience that.
Well,
Because
I
it
think where I
takes
hear
2 years. It takes 2 years for a band to cycle through an album.
yeah, if they make
And
an album, but the money's in those trying to always make the next big hit and not put a compilation together. I get
well,
that's the thing. We don't
but
listen to
the
pop
but the
music, so
but the thing is the reason why that is because the record companies were taking most of the money off of the albums, and the artists weren't making enough off the albums, and they make their money off of the tours, which is why tours are so expensive.
yeah. Well,
And
now the new deal is like
and
a
and
live
and so
stream.
now and so now they're like, if they don't have an album deal, they're like, why am I gonna put all this effort into an album? Why can't they just make a song that's really good? On top of that, once they get like they're established, they have enough songs from different albums that they can.
Yeah, but see, I think you're talking about a different. See, I don't think most of music is that way anymore. Um, the it's just making songs that might I'd say chart toppers, but I don't think it's even chart toppers. It's just stream toppers. I mean, in the for the general list, because it seems like the stuff I hear, I mean, hear people talk about. What made me kind of bring this subject up was, I think it's more the people that are not in these more. It's weird to even say like the metals and all the subgenres that kind of are connected, or rock in general. Um, that isn't that isn't what that isn't what is driving like streams and plays on, say, like Spotify, which is it's I think like it's more like pop. I hesitate. I mean, obviously there's Taylor Swift and Swifties, but I mean the stuff that's adjacent to her, and I don't even know who those are anymore. Because like I watch, and because I've heard, I watch Rick Beato guy sometimes. He has some ranty type videos, and again, he's a little bit. I gotta understand he's a little bit old guy tells it cloud, but yeah, I mean his opinion carries a lot of weight because he's been in the music business for like 40 years or something like that, or with legit like big acts from back in the day, like like back in the day, like Frampton and stuff. Oh, but and he's even had this kind of art. But I'm just I just think we are removed from it, so it's like hard for me to grasp. And I was just kind of wondering. Well, thought I'd ask you because you listen to music a little more. For me, it's filling space, but I want that space filled with familiarity. Whereas other people may fill the space with they just want something to fill the space. It doesn't have to be familiar. And then you're a little more of a connoisseur, so I was just curious how you were seeing how things were going, because I've watched several videos that come up my feed from different channels that are adjacent to. They're like video essays, and they've talked about it, and it seems like they're coming from a definitely more. And I'm just using the pop music generically. It's that, how to describe it. It's, well, I guess it's pop, but it's some of that easy. Some of it can be like that easy listening type stuff, and I can't even name a singer ever. It'd be like Whitney Houston stuff, okay, back in the day, but not Whitney Houston. But it's that kind of music. Maybe Amy Grant would be a good example, sort of that sort of soft. I don't know even what you call that. I guess I would have called it soft rock back in the, probably not. But it seems like the AI is like dominating that for even semi large record, because then Spotify doesn't have to pay. They're essentially, so. But maybe that's not happening as much in like the genres you're dipping your toe in, but yet you are seeking it out, so you are curating it. Probably not AI. Again, though, they're faking that too with fake band bios and album. I mean, right now they're easy to spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's one video I thought about actually sending you, talks about it, and thought maybe see your opinion from it. But again, I had to take it at face value, because when the guy was kind of describing what he was listening to, how he and found out basically like 90%, like the Spotify year or whatever, the year in review, or tells you what you listen to, whatever.
Yeah.
His came up as like 90%. It was like fake, you know, bands he never heard of, singers they never heard of, and most of it was, come to find out, it was all AI. Like, none of, he just started plucking random, looking up the random songs, and it's like they have like, 50 songs. They put out like 50 songs. If you just, again, take what at face value, Spotify is saying this artist put out 50 songs this, and you listen to all of, and you're listen to all of them. But then again, they have like no tour dates, very AI written bio and stuff when you actually start digging into it. So I don't know. It's almost kind of like I don't want to discover anything new because I don't know if it's going to be real or not. So I guess that's why I stick to what's familiar.
Yeah.
But I just listen to like, or through music through YouTube, like literally the videos. It's not even YouTube. And I've curated some playlists. Some of them just kind of do recommended based on other stuff, but it definitely stays within a narrow lane.
Well,
Like
but I thought I heard that YouTube was actually against it all too, and I
well,
did. I heard that
they
like
are, but
I heard that like I heard that the other night that YouTube was against it all and they were kicking all the AI stuff off
well,
and they
they
were
they are
banning all the
they
accounts.
are, but their way of going about it is a poor. It's gonna be, it's more of a PR stunt than anything. They It's not that they want it on there, but they also aren't. They aren't doing, and of course detection is hard too. Um, but yeah, they have a formal stance that they don't want AI this and that, but they will let you use AI stuff generated. You just have to. It's the honor system right now to tag it appropriate. It's kind of like the whole for kids stuff and the self check, like does this contain XYZ, and everybody just says none of the above. I mean, like again, we're not the typical tuber because yeah, pretty much none of no video that we are ever going to want to put up there is ever going to have any of that stuff that would deem like, it's not like it's bad, but they want to age restrict it or something. But it's kind of the same with AI. It's like, well, they're not saying you can't use it. It's just you got to disclose it, kind of thing. And they're, because I've accidentally, and again, that's the thing, I've accidentally started watching a video, mostly a video essay thing on maybe a topic or something. Usually it's nostalgia, like, but not always. And I get like 30 seconds a minute in, and it's like, this voice sounds weird, cadence is weird, and then I'm like, and then you kind of look at the channel. It's like, oh, this only has a few thousand subscribers, and then you kind of look at how the video is put together. There's just a few clues, but it takes you a little bit, kind of, and then it's like, oh, yeah, this isn't a real person. Well, I mean, obviously, a person had to prompt it, but nobody took the time to make the video. Scraped and shoveled stuff, and usually they definitely are lower quality, but again, they take, like, there's no automated, I don't know how any automated system's going to, but yeah, you're right, YouTube is like against it, but there's plenty of slop on the platform. I mean, and it's only growing day. It just doesn't get much into my feed because, again, what I'm watching isn't like pop. Anyhow, but yeah, right, YouTube is kind of against it, but like on the but there's still stuff. It's just like the streaming with music. Like, how would you know? Because I think most of it's sort of like the elevator music that gets
Well,
AI
there's
for
a.
the most.
I've seen some. I've seen on YouTube. Um. I've seen some AI
Yeah, I mean,
videos, and it's crazy how fast it's changed because if you watch videos from if you happen to catch a video from 6 months ago, you could obviously tell because like a person's hand would not
look
be
right.
in the
Yeah,
right. Yeah. But now the newer ones are actually getting it so that it is right.
yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I get somewhat duped into a video occasionally. Again, it's more of a video essay thing, but I get a minute into it, and it's like something's a little sound, way the voice is, and then there's no person on there. And granted, there's real channels, uh, but you can tell there's a human element how they chose a clip and
The thing on YouTube that drives me nuts though is the I get a lot of AI ads for some reason,
well, see, it's
and
funny. I
and
don't really hardly ever see a YouTube ad, but that's because I use ad block. About the only time I may see an ad is if I'm on my phone and I have to have my VPN off, um, while watching on. But yeah, I know what you mean. I've seen some AI ads, but I get very few because again I have my network set up. Kind of sort of block as much as it can. It can't block everything. But again, that's average person isn't go to the length I do to block it all, not see it. Like, but like in browser, I never do. I Brave browser block Origin. I just never see. Same with my listening to there or watching a video lunch, whatever. I don't. Other than the baked in is fine. YouTubers doing it, that's fine. As long as they keep them pretty short and sweet. They start droning on,
yeah.
I will start hit that 10-second ahead and skip through it. More often than not, I don't care about it. Partly because even though I would never probably buy any of the service that one of them's hawking, I it's support with eyeball creator I likes. Yeah, the AI music stuff and probably stuff in the audio library is AI generated. I know some of that. There's just some weird. It's a little too perfect, but then it's kind of soulless. Some of stuff. I guess that's. It's kind of like you know it when you hear it, or like it's hard to describe
Yeah.
when you hear it. But I have messed around with a few AI free AI tools like music just to see what you could get it to spit out. Sona's the big one. I forget there was this other one. I don't know. Eats one that I just put in just crazy prompts and it'll spit something out. And it'll, I don't want to say it's good, but it's like it's impressive that it actually somewhat coherent.
Mhm.
Sense. I almost can't. But talking about AI photos and all that stuff, just it almost makes like Facebook. I can't even scroll it because stuff people share and whatever, and they're making a preview picture. Of course, obviously, they want to make it clickable. Just I don't know. Maybe I just differently. Like I can pick that stuff again. You know it when you see it, but I can just pick it out right away.
Yeah.
And I know what they're doing is because they want engagement. And it's not like they're even trying to make fake photo to be like, oh, look, this actor from the '80s, this thing or whatever, like smear. No, it's they just want engagement for the post or the group or this or that. I mean, it's kind of like they're kind of making a thumbnail, but it just kind of like
Or you do.
I don't know. It doesn't want to follow the rows. Or it wants to go follow a row where I already. Finally, that's weird. The all the way. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it does. You're going
Well,
because you're going across the rows that should be going the other way.
but it didn't. I be. I don't know.
Yeah, because this on this end of the field it has rows going back and forth, but on that end of the field they're going across.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
why my passes aren't going all the way across the field.
Okay.
If you watch the middle line when that line ends, that's where the pass is supposed to
Okay.
end.
So it's trying to check. Okay, I'm kind of looking back at you. Well, I guess up in the direction.
Hello.
Glad they come running good.
Yeah.
Better and just smoother all the way. I know I keep saying it. That down. We organize our footage for that our watch party. What I'm gonna, but and then think
Yeah.
about okay, what kind of short can I put together for.
Yeah.
Since my shorts seem to get a decent traction, and I've noticed a few of yours. Again, it's a little odd which ones get some traction, which ones don't. But I've noticed a few of yours have, considering it 100, and I've seen a couple get.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I'm now, as of yesterday, have picked up. If you remember, I made that video. Well, when I first started doing it, I had 43 subscribers.
Yeah, you're
on
up to
there.
like 60 or
63 now.
okay, so
So-
grabbed a few. Yeah, it's
Yep.
just yeah, I mean subscribers mean things. Get up to like get partner status and stuff. Of course, you gotta have the watch time as well. But
Yeah.
like after that, it's like subscribers don't mean much as they do. Way they serve goes, that's the thing. Most of my views come from non-subscribers, and arguably, I know my latest like regular videos aren't doing great, but they aren't great topics either. But they are but again, I never did it for that. They're ones I make.
Yeah. Well, and surprisingly, I think the last 5 subscribers came from the fish streams.
Maybe. Well, yeah. Actually, you can see
I'm-
that.
I'm-
Well, you can see that in your analytics after a while. You'll
Yeah.
tell you that the last 20 days if you got. And I kind of like, you change it up, fish tank a little bit, variety. I was trying to think of what kind of should have a different title, or you probably should have more of a description. I don't know if it helps, but I've done it ever since they implement. But I do use hashtags in the description because what then they do, they show up as clickable, the like underneath the title, and I think it helps drive search, but I'm not 100% it does anymore. It used to. I do know it used to. I guess maybe it's that's something to think about. I see what you mean. Greenlining, basically. So I'm going to start doing that.
Well, no, we're getting close enough that we'll be switching to that end of the field here pretty soon.
Well, that's why I'm going to start on the farthest end, and then you work together.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I don't know when to get there. You should get a letter or envelope. I don't know how long it'll like like a week. Get where it should only take like 2.
Oh,
But yeah, maybe it would come to.
yeah.
But it's just a regular package.
Okay.
But it's just mailed with us. Who knows how long it'll take. It should take no more than
anymore.
It shouldn't take any more than
but
3 days. It should be 2 days. That's what like UPS.
Yeah, but I think anymore though it takes about 5 days.
I know. That's what. Yes, post. Even when you're paying the good money,
Oh,
usually
and
longer.
here they close the distribution hub and moved it to Omaha.
Yep, I know. My mom's told me all about it. I mean, there's still some sorting that happens there because I guess the truck that goes down to Alma for that area, comes from Holdridge, but it's like late because the one from Omaha gets. However they.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, metered mail and stuff. It's like, I mean, yeah, they still do a lot of pieces, but I guarantee not as much was 20 years, or really before Amazon boom, big on, like, so they should become more efficient for that stuff. But I think part of it is they're, and probably as they should, focusing more on parcel, but still, you regular mail almost because the volume should have upped. You're not. There's not the level of junk mail and circulars, that stuff. Companies still send some stuff out, but like I only get a couple which is fine by me, but I only get a couple pieces of mail a week, really. It's boomer type companies that still send out paper stuff, and insurance companies trying to get.
Yeah. I get a lot of that every day.
That kind of stuff, and it's probably partly because, like, if there's a prepaid envelope in one of those, I shred up the contents and put it back in the envelope. They paid it envelope and send it back, and I think eventually get off their mailing list. I do that for any credit card offer, any AARP, any of that. I've just done it forever. Like, I know some companies, because see, then they have to open it and they have automated letter opener. I like to think that when it runs through their machine, automatically open it, like confetti that falls out. That's my. Or even if it is a human, open it on the desk or something, and it makes a mess. My thing is like, this is unsolicited mail. I don't want. But I think it has worked over the years. I definitely get less junk.
I always start doing that, and then I never really stand true to keep doing it all the time.
Yeah, see, it's kind of a. Yes. I get pleasure in knowing that either an automated machine potentially gets jammed up because of it, or at least it makes a mess. Have to clean. And they can track the envelope so they know who it I figure long enough, flag it. It's kind of like spam calls and stuff. Of course, cell phone, I got good call blocking on it, but like I still kind of have a landline. Um, but like when those would call up, I would just start hitting the pound and star keys because that mimics a fax machine. So their auto dialers then kick out because waste. That's how they determine if it's an active number. They get a hello, hello, and all that stuff. I mean, that's less of a thing now, but it used to be a problem. So I just start with hammer the button and eventually kicks the number or flags it as, hey, this is a fax machine. You can't scam them, or you can't because there's nobody there.
Is that still true?
I don't know, but because I haven't got a robocall, my landline in a long time.
Oh, I get them all the time.
Cell phone, I still get them, but I don't. But they don't make it through because I have no more have my number set up with no more robo intercepts the call before it even makes it. Cell phone of known numbers that are blocks. The only thing is though is like I don't get the automated calls, which is fine because Katie still gets them, so I have it set up on. But for whatever reason, she doesn't get the I do. I don't. But also, that's partly why I keep the landline around. Always have is if I'm gonna sign up for things, or if it's I don't give out my cell phone number. I give that number to companies because I don't want. I will call them. They don't have to call.
Yeah.
So that phone, actually, the landline, literally in the closet, because we don't. We in the once a month we order Chinese in. That's when we'll use the home phone to make an outbound call, essentially. Oh, and I guess I use it for other like more. I know shouldn't just. I guess that just kind of goes back to the old days of intercept cell call analog. Any banking stuff I do over the. I guess, but that's probably it's kind of like I can't make purchases for some reason like through an app or through a website. I mean, it feels wrong or it feels in. You have to use. Actually, a lot of it is usually searching. I can't. I can't do it. I need multiple tabs so I can compare things.
Yeah.
That can't. I mean, I have used again phone and that kind of have to, but I limit it. It feels wrong. Yes, to me. Don't get me wrong. I like mobile internet and having it. There's just certain things that just don't feel right through the website on a phone. So a lot of it is to have a full because you're always having to type in something, and whatever. And I can't type for shit. Never have. Never got the technique. Fingers are too big or the keys are too small.
Well, the thing is, like, it doesn't even matter because autocorrect screws things up anyways.
Well, that too. That's there's multiple things, but I mean, I just, I just never learned to how to run a keyboard one-handed. A mobile keyboard, I guess is. However, two or one-handed. I will when I have to, but I try not to ever have. And I guess a lot of times because I'm not just consuming, trying to do like real. That's why I don't, who content creators do it all on their phone, and I guess they just I swear they're sending it as like the big people because well I've edited videos on my phone, but trying to upload and type in descriptions or titles or and all the stuff, just making posts on Instagram and all that. I guess it's just because they don't know how to type very well. It is it's laborious. It's not a fun experience, and thus why I think of things to post and then I'm like, huh, but I can't just sit with a 10 key and whip it out in like 4 seconds. For me, typing anything more than a couple of words, like I just give up. I just sometimes just like, well, I don't need, you know,
Hmm.
or I don't need to send that, or I don't need to I'll read Reddit, but like if I want to respond to something, rarely will I. Of course, I'm doing it in browser. I don't use their app because their apps suck. That's partly, but also I don't want to use an app that tracking. But also just I want to visit a website. I don't want to use an app because the app is like a watered down experience. Again, on the screen, see. Guess it just
Yeah.
comes from being growing up at the dawn of internet and dawn of computer. I don't like living in a walled garden, and that's what apps essentially are or feel like. Browse more. Like I said, if it doesn't show up in their feed on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, it doesn't exist. Forums are all but dead. Saddens me. I mean, they're active, very much smaller. Like that's kind of reservation for Facebook. Interact in some of these groups, especially like Supercross and stuff. Everything Dirt is I was in. Now it's got thousands. Um, but it's I don't like how Ed because like you used to the new threads and then people would threaded blow up. I mean, remember the ATV 20 pages? Wow, that kind of like here one time gone.
Hmm.
And you can't search. Like if somebody gave some information really help you, you'll never find it.
Yeah.
Google can't, and Google can't really search it either. Kinda can with public, but then it's like, oh, you need to log on to right now. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the that's why it's weird and frustrating. Kind of like grandpa, I guess. Cool once, then they changed what cool was, and now I don't know what that is
Yeah.
I guess.
Was watching that old marching band video this week from the Star City Parade.
Oh, yeah. I got more of that stuff. I just gotta. It's a job to get that stuff uploaded. I really should
Yeah.
just get it on people to learn this.
I was trying to think because I think that would have been my sophomore year, maybe.
Well, and I got concerts and stuff. The quality isn't great, just keeps it degraded. Something.
Well, and I'm going. Part of that is I'm going off of who the drum major is.
Yeah, I think that one is up. That was Hammond. What
No, it was Decker.
was that one, Decker? Okay. Well, I have
Yeah.
some. Yeah, too. So I guess I don't have that one up, but I've got about every year that I went. And actually, I got some. There's some of you in show choir and all that because videotape the whole thing. So.
I don't remember if my parent, because we had the camera back then. I don't remember if my parents taped or not.
Well, that's what I wonder. I mean, I know I do have dupe of some of like our writing and stuff that was, but I kind of always wonder what else could be on there that maybe I.
Well, but so the tapes that I used for the writing, I always
Because I don't think I probably
always used,
have
I
everything.
always used it. I always used empty ones.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is I don't know that because I know I made I made a duplicate to a VHS. If you had that high 8, which is better quality than VHS, but duplicating it to VHS, it's gonna. And I have some of that stuff, but I don't know if ever. They don't have much. Wonder, what could be on some of those tapes. Probably easiest way is just send them to one, size it, and thumb drive. Yes, I mean, I need that with all my tapes and have it more professionally done than what I've done. They might be able to extract a little more quality out of it. But I got so much, I looked it up and it'd be, I mean, $1,000, but it'd be a significant amount. Like they're used to doing, a couple people bring in a couple of tapes or something. No, I got like, 30.
Yeah.
I got days worth of, days worth of content. I got some 6-hour tapes, and I got, And I probably got 10 of those. That's 60 hours right there, of stuff. It's not all just stuff we filmed, but I was pointing that when I was younger, I had that. And the thing is, though, is I recorded over some stuff just because we didn't have enough tape, and tape was expensive, and then, like I said, my mini DVs, I got most of that, but it got when now most of that I had that transferred, but I the raw files, I don't know if I have all of it because, again, hard drives were smaller, so I had to sort of pick and choose what I was going to capture because when at the time my hard drive was only 25 gigabyte or whatever, and 1 hour tape uncompressed was like 3. I had to kind of choose not to do the whole hour of tape. Plus it was 1-to-1, so 1 hour tape took 1 hour to capture, or 6 hour tape took 6 hours to capture,
Yeah.
I mean, that was the other part of it, back when I bought my first computer back in 2004. That's how long it's been on some of this stuff.
Well, I know whenever I do come across them, they're just in a tub in
Oh,
this
I guarantee you
room.
got them, but we should, get
Oh,
them, just send them off to. And actually, uh, there's tons of companies out there, but I know like Luke Mills has got some brand or guy that runs a company, and thought about recommended because we used to talk a little online, kind of
yeah.
connected over or content. That was just when his somewhere in the, and you can just, I forget. I've still got 8 mil. Some of that, maybe most of it, we did get transferred to VHS, but again, it's on VHS, so it's like not. I mean, I do have VCR, my TV things, and I could watch them, and they look best on a CRT because at least my digital can kind of pixelate interpreting those are great. But I even have all my dad's 8 mil, so from major and ski racing, so I got stuff from 60
Yeah.
farming.
Well, I know I have. I don't. I have my old horse riding videos too from my horse clinics at 4-H.
Right.
Because she would the trainer would tape all that, and then she'd send you the tape on what you were working on so that you could, if you needed a refresher, you could go look at the tape.
Well, speaking of the 8 mil, well, VHS got ski videos, little stuff later. too. But I mean, there's even 8mm footage film of skiing and all. You know, camcorders and such were like over $1,000 at the time, and they were still,
Yeah.
So we were using the 8mm film camera 3 minutes at a time, filming using that. 80s, but it was a camera from the early 70s, maybe late. So no sound. And I have the box and the seat and everything. $899 camcorder.
Hmm.
I mean, it was a pretty good model, but it wasn't. Uh, it was when they first started making them, so because it was a VHS-C. But again, it had a good camera. Like I said, it went. Or college or whatever, then at most that's where a lot of our writing was also shot on that video. And that one, which like a massive step up in quality. Well, analog, but on analog tape, I guess. Like it was TV. Speaking of cameras, I've kind of been thinking about getting an Insta3 for the, doing see videos, but also because it's recording in 360 and then basically edit it later where you want the camera pointed post. I got some but it's not prior.
What?
I was wondering if my game crashed, but no. I was gonna change my beauty.
Had a little bit of snow yesterday.
Well, it snowed just a little bit here. Ba- Barely anything to really say it snowed. We haven't gotten any more or anything. It's been in like, I mean, today was the day it's been. Otherwise, it's been in the mid 60s most of the time. It's kind of been
Yep.
nice, um, but it's just it's been snowing up in the mountains, but dry. Otherwise, it's just terribly dry down.
Yeah.
I hope my yard comes out of it. 'Cause it is really brown. Of course, we're getting into season when we get most of our snow anyway, but we always get a few little snow throughout January. I hope some big ones happen here soon, so spring isn't just brown.
Yeah. Well, had we've had fires, I guess, around Tuesday with the wind that came through. Oh,
Oh
contract
yeah,
stuff.
and I was gonna say it says okay. Well, yeah, we could. I'll just guess it's
Oh, because you're still in the tractor. There
yeah.
you go. Well, I couldn't figure out why it wasn't letting me.
Well, I was like, wow.
Save it. I don't know what we'll do next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna end my stream.
Now we can have to. I do. This map's okay. Fields are large, but not too big, not too small.
Well,
All right.